Hello, tutor. Good morning. My name is Lorena del Pilar Rondon Ortega. I am didactic English student, so I'm going to talk about the skill that I choose, that is reading. This is my expert presentation. Okay, I'm going to talk about the first aspect, the overview of the skill and its importance. Okay, so we know that the reading is the ability to understand the writing text, right? So from recognizing the words and grasping meaning, purpose, and context, in English teaching, reading is vital, right? Because you develop the vocabulary, the grammar, awareness, cultural knowledge, and critical thinking. So it is also support other skills like when you have a student that the reading is good, the student who are reading more often write, speak, and listen better when you read better, right? So the reading skill is so important for that reason. Okay, our second aspect is about the teaching approach and techniques, right? Because the phonics and bottom-up approach, bottom-up approach, focusing on the decoding letters and sounds for the students. Another one is the top-down approach, predicting meaning using a prior knowledge and context for the students, right? And another one is an interactive approach, combining both. You can combine it. Students decode words while also using the context clues. Techniques. The techniques are very important for this skill because that skimming, scanning, intensive reading, close to details, and extensive reading for pleasure. So teachers may also use guided reading, paired groups, tags, and pre-reading activities like prediction. Okay, the third one is skill principles and learning sequences, right? So we can start with pre-reading, activating the background knowledge, predicting context. We can do to move while reading, focusing on main ideas, details, vocabulary, and structure. We can also use the conclude with post reading, yeah, with activities like discussion, summarizing, applying knowledge, personal response. When you use a personal response, I think that the educational activities are better because the students can apply the things that are maybe easier for them. So other activity is so good, right? The principles use authentic text where possible, provide purpose for reading, scaffold difficulty, and encourage both accuracy, like details, and fluency speed. When I'm talking about the fluency is very important because I think that the fluency is more difficulty for me in the beginning. That was for I think that when you are learning some different idiom or different language from your own language, it's very difficult to think at the same time to talk speed, right? So to manage their speed is difficult, but you have to practice and practice and practice. At that speed, going to be better every day. So I think that these activities going to improve this skill too. Okay, and now we have the examples for classroom activities. We can do a jigsaw reading. Each group reads a different section and then shares around the classroom. Another activity is a prediction game. Guess the ending from the title of the first paragraph. We can do through another activity. We can move to true or false statements, check comprehension quickly, an information gap, two texts with a missing details. A student must share the information, reading articles or reading circles, roles like summarizing, questionnaire, vocabulary finder. And another activity we can use is extensive reading projects like books, reports, reviews, or storytelling. When you use the storytelling for them, I very interactive. And when you use maybe a comics, or when you use maybe like superheroes and topics that are interest for them, that activity help them a lot. Okay, in our number 5 aspect, we have the common challenges and solutions, right? And we can inform or encourage different common challenges like limited vocabulary. Yeah, we can do pre-text keywords in that challenge. Use the glossaries words. We can have the low motivation tool. In that case, we can use engaging real life text like magazines, blogs, comics. We can have to the difficulty to understanding long text because it's a lot for them when you are learning a different language. We can do a break into chunks, use the guiding questions. We can get to the over reliance or translation. So in that case, we can encourage the guessing from the context and use the visual tools. And in some cases in the classroom, we have the mixed ability levels. We have students that maybe know more and others know more or less. So when we have that, we have to provide the differentiated text or tags that gonna be better in that cases. Okay, and now we're going to talk about the CFR levels and can-do statements. For A1, we can understand simple sentences, size, and short text. With A2, we can read short, simple stories every day, notice, and emails. For B1, we can understand the main point in factual text, newspaper articles. In B2, we can read articles on current issues and identify opinions and arguments. For C1, we can read complex text, interpret implicit meaning, and recognize the style. And the last one, C2, we can read virtually all forms of writing material with easy included in specialized tests. Okay, and at the end, we have educational sites for material creation. Uh, I'm going to explain, I'm going to talk about some of them, but we have a lot of websites nowadays. But I choose this one because they are good when you are learning in this process, right? One of them are British Council, that website that teaching English. Can you can do worksheets, lesson plans, Cambridge English, that for sample tests, exams, and CFR aligning the resources. Another one is Breaking New English, that grades news stories for all levels from the beginning from to the experts. New Zealand is adaptable reading material with different difficulty levels. Another one is readingtheory.org, online practice with all comprehension questions, ESL Fast, short stories dialogues, and Khan Academy. That one is academic reading support, especially for higher levels. And when you are good, when you have a high level, you can use this last one, is the Khan Academy. Okay, that was my presentation about this important skill that is reading. If we want to improve our reading skill, we have to do these steps. Thank you, tutor, and we're going to see you the next time. Bye bye.